Your last physical exam was probably outdated. Your doctor checked the usual suspects: cholesterol, blood pressure, maybe a basic metabolic panel. But there are 3 biomarkers that predict how you age far better than anything your doctor probably measured. And most doctors aren't even testing for them. In fact, most doctors don't know about them. Here are the 3 biomarkers your doctor is ignoring, and why they matter more than you think. Stick around because I'm going to tell you exactly how to test for these yourself, what the normal ranges are, why each one matters for predicting how long you'll actually live, and what you can do to improve each one. The first one is called HS-CRP, or high-sensitivity C-reactive protein. It measures systemic inflammation in your body. Let me explain why this matters so much. Inflammation is the root cause of almost every age-related disease. Heart disease, inflammation, cognitive decline and dementia, inflammation, arthritis, inflammation, cancer, inflammation, autoimmune disease, inflammation. The list goes on. Your immune system is supposed to create inflammation when you get injured or infected. That inflammation helps you heal. But when you have chronic, low-level inflammation that never goes away, that's when problems start. Over time, chronic inflammation damages your blood vessels, your neurons, your joints, your organs. It accelerates aging at every level. HS-CRP gives you an objective measurement of how much systemic inflammation you're carrying right now. Here's what the numbers mean. Under 1.0 mg is low inflammation, which is optimal. 1.0 to 3.0 mg is moderate, which is acceptable, but you could improve. Over 3.0 mg or L is high inflammation, which is concerning. Most people over 60 fall somewhere in the 1.5 to 3.0 range. That's one reason why aging accelerates after 60. Here's the problem. Your doctor won't test this unless you specifically ask. It's not part of the standard physical. It's not in the routine blood work, but if you're interested in longevity, this is absolutely essential. Why it predicts aging? Higher HS-CRP equals faster biological aging, which equals higher disease risk, which equals shorter health span. It's powerful. It's one of the strongest predictors of whether you'll have a heart attack, stroke, or cognitive decline in the next 5 years. Studies show that people with HS-CRP over 3.0 have double or triple the cardiovascular risk of people under 1.0. Still more. And it's not just heart disease. Elevated HS-CRP predicts cognitive decline, cancer risk, and overall mortality. How to get it tested? You can order it yourself through Inside Tracker or WellnessFX without a doctor. It costs about $40 to $80. It's a simple blood draw. You can do this at home with a fingerstick test. How to improve it? Exercise, sleep optimization, stress reduction, anti-inflammatory diet, omega-3 supplementation, and specific supplements like berberine all reduce HS-CRP. The second biomarker is GDF-15. It stands for Growth Differentiation Factor 15. This one is newer, less well-known, but incredibly predictive. In fact, some researchers call it the mortality biomarker. GDF-15 predicts with shocking accuracy your risk of dying in the next 5 to 10 years. I'm not exaggerating. This is what the research shows. GDF-15 measures cellular stress and mitochondrial dysfunction. It's basically your cells saying, "I'm under stress and not functioning optimally." Your mitochondria are your cellular power plants. They produce energy. As you age, mitochondria become dysfunctional. They produce less energy. Your cells become stressed. Your body becomes stressed. GDF-15 rises. When GDF-15 rises, it's a signal that your cells are struggling. It's a signal that mitochondrial function is declining. It's a signal that aging is accelerating. Here's what the numbers mean. Under 800 pg/ml is healthy. 800 to 1200 pg/ml is moderate stress. Over 1200 pg/ml is significant concern. Here's the shocking part. A person with GDF-15 at 1500 has roughly double the mortality risk of someone at 800, even after controlling for age. That's not a small difference. That's a massive difference. Why it matters? This isn't like cholesterol where high is bad but manageable. This is a direct measurement of your cellular health. High GDF-15 is associated with heart disease risk, cancer risk, cognitive decline, and overall mortality risk. The research on this is compelling. Studies have found that GDF-15 is more predictive of heart disease than cholesterol. It's more predictive of mortality than age itself. The good news, high GDF-15 can be lowered. exercise, sleep, stress reduction, metabolic health optimization, certain supplements, and mitochondrial support all reduce GDF-15. How to get it tested? It's less commonly available than HS-CRP, but you can get it through Inside Tracker, Function Health, or True Diagnostic. It costs $50 to $120. The third one is IGF-1. This one is interesting because it's the only one where both too high and too low are problematic. You need to be in the sweet spot. IGF-1 regulates growth, muscle development, bone health, and longevity. You need some. But too much, and you accelerate aging and increase cancer risk. Too little, and you lose muscle and develop frailty. What the numbers mean for someone aged 60 to 75. Under 100 ng/ml is too low. 100 to 250 ng/ml is optimal range. Over 250 ng/ml is too high, which causes cancer risk and accelerated aging. The sweet spot is 150 to 200. Why it matters? Too low means you're losing muscle, bone density, and vitality. Too high means you're accelerating aging. This is why you can't just say higher is better. It's about the optimal range. Too low IGF-1 is associated with frailty, muscle wasting, and weak bones, and poor recovery from illness. Too high IGF-1 is associated with cancer, accelerated aging, and higher mortality risk. The optimal range is where you have enough growth signaling for tissue maintenance and repair, but not so much that you're overstimulating growth pathways. How to get it tested? Standard blood test through your doctor or DIY testing platforms. It costs about $30 to $50. Here's the easiest way to get all three. Option 1 is Inside Tracker. It tests all three plus 25 or more other biomarkers. The cost is $180 to $300 depending on the package. Timeline is 5 to 7 business days for results. It includes personalized recommendations based on your results. This is my top recommendation for getting started. Option 2 is Wellness FX. It tests HS-CRP and IGF-1 but not GDF-15. The cost is $150. Turnaround is quick, 3 to 5 days. It's good if you want just the basics. Option 3 is individual tests through Quest or LabCorp. This is more expensive at $50 per biomarker. Total cost for all three is $150 to $200. But you're ordering them individually. My recommendation? Start with Inside Tracker. You get all three plus context and personalized recommendations. Then retest in 3 to 6 months after making lifestyle changes. Here's what I want you to do. 1. If you haven't tested these biomarkers, book a test this week. Even if your doctor says you're healthy, these will give you a much deeper picture. 2. Tell me in the comments which biomarker surprises you most. I read every comment and I'll answer your questions. 3. Subscribe if you haven't. Next video, we're going to break down all 14 biomarkers that matter for aging. That's the full consensus list from aging researchers worldwide. These three are just the beginning. There's a whole framework of markers. When combined, they give you a biological age score that predicts your health trajectory better than your birthday ever could. The reason your doctor isn't testing these is not because they're unimportant. It's because your doctor is trained in disease treatment, not aging optimization. Your doctor is trained to treat heart disease after you have it. Your doctor is trained to treat diabetes after you develop it. These biomarkers let you see aging coming before it becomes disease. They let you intervene early. They let you reverse course before damage accumulates. That's the power of measuring these three biomarkers. Talk soon. I'll see you in the next one. That's the power of these markers. Talk soon.